How do we make decisions when we play defense in beach volleyball? What's up? I'm Alex from LearnBeachVolleyballFast.com, and today we're going to talk about beach volleyball defense, and more specifically how we make our decisions in beach volleyball defense. So the thing here is that today's topic, I'm going to open up a whole can of worms. This topic could be expanded in so many directions and be so many hour-long discussions that it's insane. So basically what I'm going to share here today is sort of a rough idea that will lead you into a new type of thinking, possibly. There's also going to be one very specific takeaway that you can apply in your game ASAP, but in general, I'm gonna open up a world of ways to look at things for you. Okay, so let's jump right into it. So, as a baseline position, beach volleyball defense is a little bit like trying to make the best out of a bad situation. Beach volleyball at the higher levels is highly like a side-out sport, which means that whichever team receives usually wins the point. And then it goes back and forth. And that's why whichever team that wins a certain point has to serve the next point so that then the other team gets to receive, which means that they have a bigger chance to win. And then it goes back and forth, and the games end up even. This might not be completely true at lower levels of beach volleyball, but that's another topic. We'll not touch that today. But anyway, we are not going to pick up every defense out there. Definitely not at the high level. At the high level, it's more about how many defenses can we actually get. Like, is there a few out of this many that we can actually get up? So it's a lot about percentages. Which strategy gives you the highest percentage to pick up a few balls? And there's two different strategies that I'm going to talk about here today. One is if this is an attacker from the other side, and here is my blocker, and here am I. I'm the defender. I have a choice to just stand still and wait and see what happens with this player. For simplicity, we'll say that this player is only going to shoot today. I'm only gonna try to defend this player's shots. I said this could be expanded in many directions. We're not gonna do that today. So this player is only gonna shoot today. If I just stand still and wait for him and really see what he does, I don't move until the ball has left and touched his hand or whatever he's hitting the ball with. I have an area here, something like that, maybe bigger, but doesn't really matter. There is an area that I can reach quite quickly. So if his shots goes somewhere in this area, I can just wait and see what he does and then go and pick that up. And I have now in a way successfully defended his shot. However, there's also another possibility, which is that this player shoots maybe here or maybe there. And that is out of the reach of what I can do from standing still and waiting to see what happens. So therefore, the other strategy that some people use is that I, as a defender, again, I'm standing here, but before the attacker has touched the ball, I move somewhere where I believe, for whatever reason, there's many different reasons we're going to talk about later, but for some reason I believe that this person is going to shoot somewhere, maybe here. So I actually start moving this way before this person has touched the ball. And that then means that now maybe my range of what I can get up is something like that, which means that the times that I was right, I can now defend this ball that I wasn't able to defend before. But now even some of the middle balls here that were easy before, I might not be able to defend. This one I will definitely not be able to defend. Okay, so far this is very straightforward, but now it's the time to get to the interesting stuff. So basically, again, if I'm here, I have two different strategies that I can choose from in this case. Which one should I use? Well, I said it's about statistics. we could statistically map out this player, this person that we're playing against, and see out of 10 shots or 100 or 50 or whatever number you have, how big of a percentage of those balls go kind of somewhere in the middle, and how many of those shots go into some of the corners, or in some other tricky position where it's really hard to defend if you're just standing still and waiting. So some lower level players, maybe 90% of the shots will be going in here somewhere, and every now and then when they put a ball in the corners, that's basically luck. It's not really skill. Now, if we say that we can, with a 90% chance, we can pick up everything within this, and 90% of the balls from this player is going to go in here, that's 90 times 90, I think it's 81%. 81% of the balls that this player is going to hit, we can pick up. We don't need to read the player, we don't need to basically do anything. We just stand and wait, and then we go and get it from wherever the person puts it. That's a quite good percentage to get up 81% of someone's shots. Now, on the other hand, if this is a more advanced player, someone who's really good at shooting, and maybe 80% of this player's shots go here or there, or yeah, maybe some there, maybe some here, around here somewhere, maybe some there too, actually. A vast majority of this person's shots go into those places. Now, this might be kind of a stupid idea to stand here, because what if only 20% of this person's shots actually go within this ring, and I can pick up 80% of those, so I can pick up 16% of the shots. Well, so this is where it gets interesting. If that's the case, but we know that statistically this person likes the cut shot way more than anything else. So 50% of the shots are cut shots. Now, if it's just pure statistics, we could start moving this way more than we do normally. We would actually be here a lot. So 50% of this person's shots, we can pick up 80% of. So all of a sudden we have 40% of the shots we would have. This is a way better statistic than before we had 18% of that person's shots. So in a way it's like a player's tendencies plus your chances to pick those tendencies up. And whatever number you can get as high as possible wins statistically over time. And again, one could argue that if I start cheating, I start going here all the time, then this team might actually notice that and start changing up their strategy, etc., etc. This can be very complicated, and there's ways to combat that and play psychological tricks and whatnot. We're not going to go into that in this video. I more want you to start thinking in this way. But if we continue thinking this way, you could actually run the experiment. If you go here every single time, this could be a stupid team. They might not notice it. They might be so occupied with serve receive and setting and communicating and bitching about each other's sets, etc., that they're just gonna not even notice that you're cheating and going here all the time if it's a lower level team. And now it's actually very easy for you to win the game. So it's all about understanding how smart and how good are the other team. Or it's not all about that, but it's a big part of this. So some people want to know what is the best way to play defense. And as many other answers, the answer is, well, it depends. So this is sort of an introduction to start to, like, what does it depend on? And a lot of it can depend on whoever is playing on the other side of the net. So some takeaways: a lot of the time, it's a much better strategy than people realize to just stand still and not try to read so much and just wait and see what happens. Statistically, that can be a very good idea to do. Then if you notice that that doesn't work for you, well, then you can do several things. You can work on your technique in getting this. You can try to expand this range. You can try to get more athletic, work on your technique, etc. Work on the actual decision making in the game. This is more of like a big picture decision making, like what strategy are we going to use against these people, but the actual decision making in the moment and stuff like that you can work on too. Or start playing with other strategies. Okay, I just want to guide you through one last way of thinking that will sort of explain this at more of a meta level, like the nerdy stuff. Cool, that was today's lesson. I hope it wasn't too long, I hope it made sense, and I hope I didn't confuse you too much. As I said, there's a lot more to talk about this. There's so much more technique, whatnot. All these decisions could be jumped into way more, etc., which I will do in the future in other YouTube videos as well as in courses. So to stay tuned with that, there's a few things you should do. You should click the like button on this video because that helps me grow this channel a lot so that I can then help you guys even more in the future. You should subscribe to the channel. You should join my Facebook group. You should join my email newsletter, and so on. You should also comment in the comment section below if this sparked any ideas or if you have any questions or whatever. Cool. Thanks for today, and keep in mind that we as human beings have just an enormous capacity of learning new skills in life and sports, as long as we are curious enough about learning how it's done and we have access to the right information. And when that happens, life can be really fun to live. All right, see you later.